And we are live with Welcome to Guys Being Dudes, episode 2. Episode 1 lasted episode 2.1. Episode 1 lasted about 10 minutes, and we managed to screw it up. So this is take 2.
Complete garbage fire, but we're going to get better now.
We're going to improve. So today is Monday, August 1st, 2016, and we have a case of the Monday Scaries. We have 1 week left in the nation of Ireland, and then we're heading off. School's going to be starting soon, and our bank accounts are a disaster. Livers are a disaster. And keeping with that in mind, that's going to segue us, great segue by me, into our first topic, first segment, which is hurt or injured. Now, for those of you who don't know, in football coaches love to use the expression, are you hurt or are you injured? If you're hurt, then you're expected to play. Everyone's hurt, and you need to be out there and playing. If you're injured, then you're a wuss, and you need to go see the trainer. So, for example, maybe if you got a concussion, but you can still see the numbers on the scoreboard, then you're probably hurt. Even if you can't even remember the player next to you's name, then that's probably hurt. Yeah, you're fine. Just got your bell rung, as they said. So, speaking of hurt or injured, back to that. Went off on a little tangent. We have 2 things today, our livers and our bank accounts. I feel like these are some hot topics that everyone seems to be going through this. So I'll go first. And my liver's hurt. It's not injured. It was injured at one point, but I think this past weekend took it a little easy. And then just gearing up for my week in Austria, which I'm probably going to re-injure my liver. Right now, my liver is like a nagging ankle injury for an NFL player. Like, I injured it, then I kind of got taped up, iced it. It's hurt right now, and I'm going to re-injure it in like the next game, which is going to be me going to Austria. Second thing, my bank account. Now that's injured. That is definitely injured. I have been hemorrhaging cash since I left the U.S. back on June 10th. And
everything's expensive here.
Everything's expensive. The exchange rate, it's like a 10% tax. And by everything is expensive, beers, and they're expensive. That's done me in. But right now I am like a bad Greek bank. I know how my parents are just bailing me out.
Classic Greek fire.
Yep, just a Greek dumpster fire, financially speaking, and it is rough. I don't know how I'm going to find this Austria trip. I think I might have to sell my body on the streets of Vienna. On the streets of Vienna.
Started.
So, Chris, how about you? Your liver, your bank account. Give it to us.
I don't know what my bank account is right now. It's like I've hurt my wrist very badly, but I can't see a doctor because every time I get a receipt from the ATM to know how much money I have, they just don't tell me. I just get how much I took out, which I know how much I took out because I'm looking at the bills. It is the most useless receipt. Like, I know they're trying to be economical here, but they're like saving like printer ink? Like, that's ridiculous.
The trees are already dead.
Exactly. You can't bring them back
by printing the paper. So on to our next subject. A big topic of us being here in Ireland was Brexit. Brexit this, Brexit that. Everyone was Brexiting.
Oh yeah, like the Euro. Brexit happened twice in there.
Yeah,
France now Wales left.
I don't think I talked to one cab driver not about Brexit. I was almost wishing they would talk to me about the weather, because it was just Brexit and Trump. So since Brexit being such a big topic about our time here, we're going to do a little bit of PR 101, and we're from, fun fact, me and Chris are from Bentley, and we are going to fix the European Union right here. PR 101. We're going to put the EU in the spin zone.
Russia, if you are listening right now, take note.
Yeah, I'm sure they are. They're big fans of the program. So I was doing first last time. I'll go first with this. I have two ideas with how to fix the European Union.
What's the
First
first
one.
idea?
Close the borders. I say this all the time. What's the club everyone wants to go to? The one with the mile around the block, with the line around the block. So we're going to create exclusivity. Shut down the border. Even like people like us, if they want to study abroad, you don't let them in. You say no, we're closed, and then you maybe shut down for about 6
Out
months.
to lunch.
Yeah, you don't let anyone in Europe, and you definitely don't let any countries in. Like you don't even talk to Turkey.
Definitely Italy too, as we experienced firsthand amongst here.
So you shut it down, and then maybe after about 6 months, you just start letting in hot girls. So now you have all these hot women flooding Europe. It's gonna like throw off the ratio, and everyone's gonna say, "Hey, what's going on in Europe?" And then maybe they create a VIP list. Yeah, they're creating news. Any publicity is good publicity. So now everyone's looking at Europe saying, wow, like what, they're finally opening their borders. Like I want to get in there. Maybe they create a VIP list. I don't know, something like that. But then bottom line, it's going to be exclusive. Everyone's going to want, before they know it, they're going to have the coolest club in the world. And
exactly. Everyone want to go.
Yeah, NATO, that'll be old hat. OPEC. OPEC won't even know what to do. That's sorry club. So, Chris, do you want to go ahead with your solutions?
Well, I feel like mine's a little bit generic, but I think every country should just build a wall. I think there should be walls every single border. I think, I don't know what it would accomplish, but I think it'd be pretty cool, and I think it would solve a lot of problems.
Yeah, from what I've heard from certain U.S. politicians, like walls equal winning or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And then Europe will just be winning so much.
Someone's going to pay for it. Probably China.
So we just fixed the EU. I hope they were paying attention, because if not, they really squandered a great opportunity.
Definitely.
So on to our next segment. We're going to talk some Gaelic football.
Oh, a little footy.
A little footy, couple lads on the pitch. And Gaelic football, from what I hear, from what Wikipedia tells me, it's a funky sport. So we're going to talk some Gaelic football right now. Chris, do you want to go ahead?
We did on-spot researching at this Gaelic football. Swindled some tickets from Bank of Ireland, and we got great seats. But obviously the highlight of the game is just out of nowhere, some naked dude just starts flooring it in the middle of the grassy field, dancing, doing some poses.
Yeah, he did some lunges.
We saw some solid cheeks out there.
Yeah, he definitely knows where the squat rack is. And it was also like 75 degrees out. I don't know what that is in Celsius. I'm not going to figure it out. But that's what happens. Yeah, that's what happens when the sun comes out in Ireland. There's streakers run on the field. So with that was talking Gaelic football.
Yeah, that's I think all we have to say about the sport.
The streaker ran on the field at a Dublin Westmeath game a few weeks ago. And that's talking Gaelic football. So on to the next part of our show. We have and the people just asking us questions about our time here.
People love our advice.
Yep. Yeah. We are seen as sages in the Dublin internship community. So Chris, do you want to go ahead with your first email?
Dear Chris and Andrew, first off, love your podcast. You guys really have great perspectives. Anyways, I'm a clueless American going to Ireland on vacation. All I know about Ireland is that there's sheep everywhere and the economy is based on the sales of Guinness. What are some good places to travel while I'm on this leprechaun-themed island? From Dave.
All right. So, good places to travel. I would say, I'll go first. We went to the Cliffs of Moher. They took us there as a trip. That was a rough bus ride. As someone who was 6'5", being in the back of that bus, I've been in more enjoyable places. But then when we got there, it was really impressive. Just to see some really tall cliffs. You just look at them, try not to fall off. And apparently they're 700 feet tall. Is that it?
I think you're just gonna die if that's what you mean. If you fall off those
because
things.
I got in a debate with a few people that you could live if you fell off, and then I went back and did some research online, and apparently, like, there's no way you live. Like, no one has lived. I was Googling, like, people lived falling off cliffs of Moher.
Like,
No
people
results.
thought about it. They're
Yeah,
just
like,
you think. But like, even
that,
if you did survive, you'd be in a massive amount of pain, and I don't know how you're gonna move up those cliffs.
that's it. Yeah, you don't even survive, because that was like my argument. And sometimes you get caught up in the strong take world. When someone like me who's just constantly dishing out barrel fire takes, sometimes you get caught in your own spin zone. You don't know which way is up, and everything becomes a take, and you just don't live. Like, it's simple as that. Like, you fall off those cliffs, you're done. So do you have what place do you have for Dave to go visit?
I think you should give Malahide Castle a old visit. Obviously, we went there last time, and there are a lot of castles in Ireland, but most of them have just been destroyed, and you could probably see better castles in Game of Thrones. So, but this castle, like, people just like lived in it, like, until pretty recently.
I thought
there
that was cool.
Yeah, like all the other castles be like, oh yes, my great-great-grandfather died here 800 years ago. And this dude's like, yeah, I just, moved out like 50 years ago. This thing's probably still in good condition. And
Yeah.
Actually it was, pretty cool. You got to see what it was like to live in ye old Ireland back in the day.
The Talbots, the Talbot House, they really caused a ruckus. Okay, so then my reader email actually was not an email, but it was still it was actually a text from my mother that I did not respond to, and it was, "Hey Andrew, how was your internship?" This is the other day. It was after it finished. So we're gonna answer this for my mom. So for Debbie, we're gonna answer a question. We're gonna talk about our internships.
Definitely a good question. Yeah. Something we should.
Yeah, exactly. I can kill two birds with one stone and reply to my mom. So Chris, do you want to go ahead and tell my mom about your internship?
Oh, gladly. Anything for you, Mrs. Smith? So I enjoyed my job. It was me and a bunch of office moms. Moms love me, by the way. That's my target range, between like 35 and 40 plus. So we had a riot, but we were part of a small team for reporting and controls. So we were just making sure Bank of Ireland wasn't the new like WorldCom or anything. Like, definitely not ideal. Trying to catch that fraud before it happens. So yeah, we were just what I was doing. I was like updating like this IBM database. It was fun making sure all the companies and divisions, or not companies, but yeah, making sure all the divisions weren't like doing anything funny, no funny business around, and like how to prevent them. So I had a great time.
Yeah, I had a similar I think experience to you in the sense that I worked in like a smaller department. I had business development, and I worked business development and marketing. I like in the same department at William Fry, which is one of Ireland's largest law firms. In case you didn't know. And what I did was I did different projects, but probably my biggest one was researching potential clients. William Fry. They deal with foreign direct investment a lot. So if the company wants to move to Ireland, William Fry helps with all the legal matters. So I did like U.S. based companies and then Brexit targets. So really, I mean, the body wasn't even cold, and we were already trying to like poach like companies from the UK and figure out which ones might want to leave and relocate in Dublin, which I just thought was awesome. I love just being a vulture.
A shark.
Stealing, just pillaging from the UK economy. But yeah, similar thing to you. Yeah, similar thing to you. My office was it was like a lot of office moms. There was just a bunch of Irish ladies in their 30s, which I don't want to generalize here, but I think that maybe like is the whole Irish workforce just like I think is like just that, just who does all the work here.
Like I only worked with moms,
Yeah, and I did. So I'm sure our experiences like completely accurately reflect the entire economy of Ireland. So
obviously.
so there you have it, folks. Moms from Ireland make up for the sector of the economy.
They also don't like the cold weather, apparently. If you open up a window, they all just get freezing. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, that I'm gonna miss them though. We had some great lunches. We were a real interesting crew, just rolling around, and it was a good time though. So to answer my mom, it was good. My internship was good.
4 to 5
So
stars.
I guess, yeah, 2 thumbs up. Would recommend to a friend. And so I guess with that concludes the second episode, second take 2.0, however you want to put it, of Guys Being Dudes. And after this, you guys can enjoy a little video that we threw together of our time here that is going to take us away. And Chris, you actually shot this with a GoPro, right? This is like actual footage.
This is on-the-scene footage of Ireland.
All right, and it completely accurately depicts this country, right? Like
100%.
This is what it is. All right, so thank you guys, and we'll see you next time.
All right.
Now, how do we stop this?
Another turning point, a fork stuck in the road. Time grabs you by the wrist, directs you where to go. So make the best of this test and don't ask why. It's not a question but a lesson learned in time. It's something unpredictable, but in the end is right. I hope you had the time of your life.